Hey everybody, how's it? Jeeves here on the Positive Wave Rider channel because I've got something positive to say about paradise. Now, it's not the kind of. I do get a lot of comments when I come down to my friend's house and I sit on the beach, I shoot these videos. That, it must be nice to live in paradise. And, you know, I understand what the comments are. There's no two ways about it. I don't downplay the fact that I'm extremely grateful, fortunate, humbled at the opportunity that I have to live here in Hawaii. But there's also some, long casting family um, roots in Hawaii for me. So it's not like I just decided to move here and this is life. Um, my mother was part of a halau in the 50s and lived out here and on and on. And she's still alive. She's still, with us here. And my stepfather also. It's funny, they met in the 50s. Each of them went their own ways in the early 60s and then came back in the late 70s, early 80s, and got married and been married ever since. Anyhow, that's their paradise, yeah? And of course, infused in my life, be it all music and everything, has always been a sense of aloha, Hawaii. That's why you always hear me say that on my channels. Hey, how's it, aloha, everybody? It's Chiefs. Um, but, paradise anxiety is a very powerful thing on two levels. Number one, on the simple surface level, paradise anxiety is that what does it take cost wise to live here is absolutely heartbreaking. And especially when a lot of Native Hawaiians or people who've been here for generations are being forced out because of the cost of living. This is not going to be that video. But it is very hard, and a lot of times it puts a sting in the air of paradise. Yeah, we might live in the most beautiful place in the world. We might have moments to look out and watch a sunset and be in the ocean. But at the end of the day, you get back into your car and you have to face the day-to-day of paradise, which also has so many different ramifications because of a lot of incredible history here that has to do with, Hawaii and the culture and the history, which is a harsh, dark circle, black eye around the continuous unfolding of how history really unfolded, you know. But all that being said, the paradise in the mind is paramount. I cannot tell you how many times I've sat on my friend's beach here, or not my friend's beach, but in front of his house, and have missed 45 minutes to an hour of a sunset because my mind is wrapped around um, trying to ground myself to get into an emotional state of paradise, meaning just being maybe present, relaxed, being able to just receive the energy of the moment of being on the beach. And it's an uncanny amount of work to actually do that. We see videos and memes and these nice little spritzes of like momentary reminders that it's achievable. To learn to be present, learn to be accepting, learn to make paradise where you are in your mind, where you live. I know personally that I've lived in enough places that have been beautiful, and then some places that have been kind of that I have found moments of paradise sitting at a bench between two trees, even though there's cars going 30 miles an hour in front of me and all that. But somehow I can weave a little bit of energy between those trees and whatever, and just have a moment of existential, surface paradise. But the process of keeping paradise alive and present is as intense as the surface material aspect of what is paradise. Hawaii is one of the most beautiful places in the world. There's no two ways about it. I am extremely blessed, humbled, forever grateful to finish off my life here in Hawaii. Hopefully, that's where I see it, at least. But my eye is always on the ball to fulfill my daily paradise in here. Just feeling good about waking up, having to deal with the constant anxieties that are my life. I don't like, maybe anxiety is not quite the right word, because I think anxieties, I know what anxieties really means. It could, like an anxiety attack could be very heavy, a panic attack. They're not quite like that. They're just the heaviness of staying alive day to day sometimes when you get bonked over the head with a new issue, or something just got more expensive, or another aggravating, interaction with a freaking human being that you just want to go, yeah, but you can't, but you feel like it, and you deal with it. And those take the spark, for me, the sparks of paradise away at times. And so when I sit here on the beach, and even when I popped up this video and I realized that a good percentage of my day was thinking of, yeah, here I am in the beach, I should be watching the sunset and enjoying it, but I was unraveling things that have happened in the last 3 or 4 days. The beach gives me the opportunity to unravel it, but I miss out on the moment of being present and just listening to these waves and watching the sunset, and of course I could be completely overthinking everything like I do, but I just, when you sit here with me and you hear the water and everything, and that perception that I live in paradise and things might be any more or less easier is something that I do understand. It's an easy draw, but if you don't have paradise in your head, or if you can't assimilate moments of paradise in your head, all of this doesn't mean anything, and it becomes a challenge, So yes, can I get subdued by the sound of the water, the wind, the guy walking the dog over here, and in the moment, yeah. But as soon as the sun sets, I got to go in, I wash the sand off my feet, drive back to my house, and I have to settle in my space again and try to make that space paradise for me. So this being the Positive Wave Writer channel, the memes that we see on the internet and the little YouTube videos about the importance of it, making paradise and meditating and being spiritual with yourself, or I don't want to use the word meditation, but spiritually find that divining rod that grounds you, through your day to day, is work. And I think what is paradise are the moments in between that you get to see beyond the clouds that you create. Some you create in your own mind, some are created and put in front of you for you to work through. But all that being said, I'm going to show you the sunset right now. I hope you don't find it to be offensive, because I'm like, yeah, I'm here on the beach and I'm talking about paradise. But if I could take this moment and just give you 15-20 seconds of what it is that I want to share with you, is that through this and through looking at this here on the video, I just kind of want to I want you to look at this for 15 seconds and grab your moment of your own paradise and soak it in, because eventually we're going to wash the sands of our bullshit off our feet and then have to reposition ourselves to get ourselves through into another day of accessing accessing paradise in our minds. This was an awfully deepest video, but this is what I felt like doing. Stand by. Let me turn the camera around and let me give you 15 seconds of quiet, and then I'll say aloha. All right, guys. Have an amazing morning, lunch, evening, whenever it is, however it is, whatever time it is you're watching this. Have an epic rest of your day, evening, morning. All right.